The random jottings of Donald J. in Nelson in Pendle, Lancashire. Thrown objects. Location, Burnley, private residence, Colburn Street. Poltergeist 2008. Further comments. The occupant of this property reported that objects would be thrown around in the kitchen, while doors would open by themselves and tapping could be heard around the site. It was a dark and stormy night when Sarah moved into her new home on Colburn Street in Burnley. The old Victorian house was a bit run down, but Sarah saw its potential and was excited to make it her own. As she began to unpack her boxes in the kitchen, she noticed a strange sensation, as if someone was watching her. She shrugged it off, thinking it was just her imagination, but then she heard a loud crashing sound. She turned around to see that a plate had been thrown off the counter and shattered on the floor. At first, Sarah thought it was just an accident, but then it happened again. This time, a glass was thrown off the counter and shattered on the floor. Sarah was terrified, but she tried to remain calm and rational. She checked all the windows and doors to make sure they were locked, but everything seemed secure. The next few weeks were filled with strange occurrences. Doors would open and close by themselves, and tapping sounds could be heard throughout the house. Sarah tried to ignore it, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. One night, Sarah woke up to a loud crashing sound. She ran to the kitchen and saw that all the pots and pans had been thrown off the shelves and were scattered all over the floor. She knew then that she had to do something about the poltergeist in her home. Sarah consulted with a paranormal investigator who confirmed her suspicions that the house was indeed haunted. Together, they performed a cleansing ritual to rid the house of the negative energy. It was a long and difficult process, but eventually, the poltergeist was banished. Sarah was relieved and grateful that the poltergeist was gone, but she could never forget the terrifying experiences she had in her home. She learned that sometimes, things are not always what they seem, and that the supernatural can be just as real as the physical world. By Donald J.